stream started. Still showing is upcoming. Okay, so let's wait a second. In the meantime, I need to select the color. Save image. Okay, now it's ready. Okay, so here I'm gonna insert a file from a photo. So this is the color that I'm gonna be working with. Okay, and this is the colors. These are the colors. Cut and paste that I need to use. Okay, maybe make it a bit bigger. So here I have a line work. It's kind of loose to start with, and this is my little fun little devil girl. She has like, I started out with, let me show you. I started out with this reference photo. It's actually a bat, but yesterday I sketched out the first. It was like this, very ugly, then modified more, and then like this is the final version. And now for today I need to be able to actually color this in, and I want to try Isabella's brushes. So I need to actually color this in, and I'm thinking, yeah, I will try Isabella's brushes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create an outline first. I'm gonna do this, and these are all the colors that I can use. That's it, no more, no less, only those. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, definitely under my multiply layer. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna alpha lock it and choose this color and just color it all in so that it doesn't distract me with the black. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the, I'm going to make it more in multiply, more pronounced. I'm going to go in with this color that's maybe like medium here somewhere, and start to outline things with Isabella Agosti's brushes. So obviously in a perfect world the thing would be much better sketched, but I didn't have time. I need to hand it in today because I'm participating in this kind of color class, and it's very cool, with my favorite mentor. So first I want to outline all the shapes. Like so. Actually, let's do one thing. I want to see. Okay. Why am I doing this? Is because I learned from her in her videos how she uses the coloring technique. Is that to create that soft edge, she actually uses the brush to first fill in the outline, and then already then she goes and she works within that outline, but it has this beautiful textured edge. Just filling it all in, or it didn't fill in. Okay. Okay. So the prompt was to create a little fun devil, I think you can say. Like to actually, like he's, I don't know, fun, naughty, or she. In this case, it's a girl for me. And you need to show that personality. So this is exactly what came to my mind. A kid in his or her pajamas, jumping on the bed. Okay, like so. Here I'll make it softer. Don't want it to be so. Okay. I'm gonna close this off. Alright. So here, let's fill in the face. Okay, and then I will turn off the line work. And I'm going to turn off the line work and you will be able to see the filling. So basically, why do we do this? Because like this, you will have all the spaces where you color then with a clipping mask. And they will be clearly defined already, and you don't have to worry going out of the lines. And this really speeds up also the coloring process, because I want to draw other stuff today, and I have so many things that I didn't show anywhere that I've already finished. Like the sketches at least. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to turn off the line and see if I have any holes, like here, for example. I see that I have holes. Need to fill them in, and this will also help me see the silhouette, if the silhouette works or not. So, like so. Just fixing those white areas. Okay, anywhere else? Here, just covering those white areas. Actually, what we can do is we're gonna automatically select, invert, and fill. That's it. It's way easier. Okay, so now if I turn on the layer with the... So let's put these in a group together. So now if I turn on the layer with the... Sorry. Can't speak today in the morning. So if I turn on the layer with the line work... My coffee got cold while I was drawing. I can already start adding the shapes here in a clipping mask. Actually, yeah. So, and think about colors. So definitely the lightest part is going to be the face. So I'm going to outline the skin, and my pajamas, they have kind of these hand thingies, like when they go over the hands. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select the face. Actually, I'm gonna do like this. This is gonna be the face here, and then the mask, everything else I will draw that on top. So here, there's a part of the neck. Okay. Like so. There we go. Here we have the fingers. I'm gonna do this way. Maybe let's, well, actually no. I'll do the finger there for now. I don't want to get caught up in it. Okay, that's the finger. There's the other finger. And I'm going more or less, like if I had a cleaner sketch, I like working with cleaner sketches, but in this case, it's okay. Okay, so this is my skin color. Then I'm thinking, next color that I want is, I want the horns to definitely be red, and I'm gonna do also a clipping mask, because then I will add, so these are the horns, this is kind of a hairband. So here it goes like so. All right. Okay. And then I'm thinking if I want the pajamas with the same red color, or if I want to go a bit darker, because the darkest thing I want to do is the wings. I'm going to do clipping mask. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to put it underneath the layer of my skin. Like so, and then we will do the pajamas. So I want those stars to actually be either darker or brighter. Okay, so now the hair, we can do it. Clipping mask, let's see. Maybe the hair is going to be this color. Maybe the hair is gonna be, no, blonde, I don't like it. What if it's black? Now we first outline it, and then we can already work with the hue and saturation of the hair. Okay, there we see the hair here. Okay. The mask, I want it to be dark as well. Maybe the mask is going to be the same color as here, and I'm going to put it over here. Like so. Okay. So let's fill it in. Then we can vary the different shades, but I actually like it that they're kind of close here. Okay, then we have the eyebrows. I'm gonna take this color that is the same color of the hair and make it darker, redder and darker. I'm going to actually create the eyebrows. Usually the eyebrows are darker than the hair. Okay, then I'm going to choose a very light gray so that I can add highlights. And I'm going to create those eyes. I'm going to make a smaller brush here. Okay. I don't want to make it very even. Like so. Then I'm gonna go on top of it, clipping mask. I'm going to choose the same color. And here I do wanna make it like a more careful line. She's a little girl, so we're gonna give her those beautiful eyelashes. Oh, too big. Too small. Okay. Okay, here. Like so, maybe. What if we like the shape of this eyelash? Maybe like so. Let's make it like this. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna duplicate this to save time. And I'm going to add it in here as well and just warp it to the eye, because this was supposed to be like a time limited thing. So as I'm doing already like 45 minutes of drawing, this is going to be my 45 minutes of drawing of that time. Okay, so I want to turn off the layer with the line and see if my eyeballs have a good shape, if they're not transparent, like here for example. Okay, I'm going to turn back the line on, put these together, and I'm going to take a black color in this case because I don't have any others, and I'm gonna do a clipping mask, and I'm going to select this layer, select, okay, and here I'm going to add those pupils. So to be honest, I added it on the wrong layer here. I wanted to add it here. Okay, and here. Like so. Okay. Now, let's see. Maybe we need to figure out the color of her onesie. So is it gonna be this color, or maybe let's just create a new layer, okay? So here above the wings, where it's also on clipping mask, and maybe something lighter like so. Oh, we forgot to add the hair. Sorry, forgot to add the hair here. Like so. And then here we can add that little hairband. Like so. Maybe we can use it the same color for the onesie. Let's see. So if we go here and we start adding this color here. Like so. And then we add the stars on top that are gonna be lighter. They're gonna be white, for example. So this is the constraint of using only one color within the thing. It's a bit complicated, but let's try. Okay. There we go. Then we can change the colors and see. Okay, good. This one, maybe let's go a bit like so. And we create another layer and we're gonna fill in this part, maybe redder. Yeah, definitely redder. Like so. And let's do them. I need it to stand out on the wings. Or actually, maybe let's do the wings. Let's see. Now we will start playing with hue color. With color and saturation. Actually, I like them red. Okay. So what we still are missing is the mouth. So let's go on to our face layer. And here, what I don't like is, one second, I'm gonna turn off. Okay, because it's the line. Okay, so here I want to add the mouth even darker. So I'm gonna add too small. So I'm gonna add the mouth. My birds woke up. I woke up earlier than my birds today. Okay, so this is our mouth. She's really happy. Like, yay! Like so. Then we will add, okay, so selecting this shape. And on top, I'm gonna add white teeth. Actually, maybe let's make them a bit lighter. Because she's facing down and we're not gonna see it very clearly. And here we're gonna see the tongue. Like so. Okay, it's getting kind of nice. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to add to that onesie, I want to add a darker zipper. Maybe let's use the same color. No, that's very dirty. A darker zipper. So here we have the zipper itself. Then here we have that part which actually kind of, it's flying upwards. Put it here. This part where the zipper kind of locks. The part that pulls up the zipper. Okay, and then I want to add, I'm going to select this layer. I'm going to create a new layer on top with the layer selected, and I'm going to add stars. I really like this shape of stars that are not very accurate. Like, and here I think one thing I need to do. So I'm gonna go back to this layer and I'm going to fix this. I'm just looking for those white bold spots because I see them somewhere still. Okay, because if I select the layer and create the stars, oh, what's happening? Oh wait, I don't want that one. I need this here, like so. Okay, and what I want to do here on the base layer, I see that I went over the top here using the same brush. I'm going to erase this, too much, erase this part so my silhouette reads clearly. I don't know if it's streaming. Okay, yes, it is streaming. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my layer of the stars, select this, and we forgot to select this layer so we don't have to draw outside of it. Like so. Like so. Here I need to close it out, sorry. Like so, because we selected the layer, it doesn't go out of that layer's boundaries, so I don't have to create another mask or anything, just selecting the layer and that's it. And now that I'm gonna decrease the, here I don't want to put any, we're gonna add some of those little, maybe, actually I don't want to make too much noise. Maybe another star here and that's it. Here there could be a bit of these exploding stars. Like so. Like so. I'm gonna draw them and then I will fill them in one by one. Here. Like so. And now we can play with the saturation and the value. We leave the hue alone, but with saturation and value we can play. I was thinking maybe we can add a patch to her PJs, but now we'll see. Okay, my hands. I don't want to do all the stars the same. It would be easy to just take one star and copy paste it everywhere, but I don't want to do that because it's gonna take away the charm of the illustration, I think. Like so. so. Maybe another burst star here, another one here. Okay, some starbursts here that we're missing. Yeah, I think this is not gonna create that much noise, but at the same time it's gonna add a bit more interest. Just some places. Okay. Okay, this star we didn't fill in. Like so, and this one as well. Okay, I see that here. I'm gonna select this layer, this color. I see that here I didn't fill it in all the way. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to let's see. Best. What if we make this pajama the darkest? What if it's like this? Red wings. What if it's light? I don't know which one I like most. Like if I make it very dark. And what if I make... Let's do one thing. I'm gonna take all of this, duplicate it, and here what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try different colors. Okay, so this one I like it already, and then we can add some lights and shadows here, but let's try different colors, different values. What if we make the hair very blonde, the wings and the mat, like here we have this, the mask and the wings. No, it's gonna take away from her eyes. What if we take the PJs, make them dark? I think this just gives her too dark. The sensation is too dark. You know what? Scratch that. Let's delete this group. Come back to this one. I like how she is already. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to start adding that color variation. Okay, so we're gonna add lights and shadows, and on each layer, okay, so let's start with her face, and I'm going to select it. Actually, we'll do one thing. Select, these ones I need to delete, those are from the fish class. This one, okay. Okay, so this one, and now in save load, invert, and clear. Oh, not invert. Save load, this one, and clear. Why is it clearing it? No, because it didn't invert it. Sorry. Invert and clear. Okay, like this we will have a great silhouette for each part, and we can work directly on that part. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select here, I'm gonna delete it, invert, and create this selection. Okay, so here I'm gonna load this selection and do clear. The same goes for here. Just to make sure, we're gonna clean up all the layers. I'm selecting this. Yeah, selected. Clear. What if we do it on multiple layers? No. Clear. Save load this one. Clear. This one is okay. Okay. This one is inside. This is the hairband. Here we need to clean it up. Okay, so now if we take a look, each layer has its own shape, okay, and they're all located on this one. And we can take the clipping mask away from each layer, and like this they still have their own shape, and we can work directly on each layer of these. And here what I see is, okay, this one, actually, or this one, I'm gonna take a smaller brush, take the color, and here I see that the silhouette is not clear. I'm gonna fix it. So I want those fingers kind of pointing in different directions. I can already take away this thing. I don't need it. To see where I need to fix and what. Okay. In some places there's some white. I can fix that. Just fixing the silhouette here. Okay, here I'm gonna fix that silhouette as well. And as you can see here, now what's happening is that we don't have the color here, and that is because we took away the layer that is underneath. And like this we can fix it. Okay, now I'm gonna lower the opacity of the line work, and I'm going to select this layer, put this in multiply, and I'm going to select the color of the skin, make it just a bit more saturated. I can't move away, and I'm gonna take this soft brush and I'm going to start clipping mask. I'm going to start adding those rosy cheeks to red. Okay, so here I'm gonna go into the ear. Into the ear. Here I'm gonna add the rosy cheeks, like so. And here I'm going to add that nose. Too much. Okay. Oh my gosh, Juan, stop crying. Okay, now on the fingers, I'm going to add, on the fingers, I'm going to add this little reddish color as well. Select these fingers. Like so. Okay. And here I'm gonna use the same brush as a blender tool and blend out a bit the line here. I really like how Isabella Agosti does her drawings, they're very cool. Okay, now I added the, let's take the hair, now I want to add those color variations to my skin. Gonna feather it out, and I'm not gonna change the hue, I'm just gonna change a bit the brightness maybe and the saturation, because I can't change the hue. Okay, here gonna go the other way. Let me change the brightness and the saturation with feathering it out a lot. And brightness and the saturation. Okay, the same goes for all the layers that I want to do. So here I want to take this area, so this area, this area, this area, and this area, feather it out, and I'm gonna go slightly darker, maybe a bit more saturated. What do you think? Okay, and here on top, just to make it like this is kind of a quick color study, basically what we're doing. Like so, here the leg, like so, here, but here, feather it out. Wait, let's do more feathering out. Like so. So we're always within the same color. Okay, the wings now. The wings, let's do the same thing here. Feather it out, and I want to make them brighter, maybe. More saturated and brighter, like so. And here I want to make them a bit darker, where they are closer to the body. Feather it out quite a lot. This is basically, I'm using the technique of Isabella Agosti here. Like so. And then in the wings themselves, there are these areas that are this one, this one, let's do this here as well, and also here. Okay, let's feather it out a bit. Let's make it a bit brighter. Like so. So this is nice. Maybe what if we take the whole wings and make them just a little tiny bit darker so it stands out. Okay, so the mask, let's do the same thing. So around the eyes, I want it to be lighter. Brighter and lighter, so that we pay more attention, create that contrast on the mask. And then the bottom of the mask is going to be darker. And the top of the mask, we can create it a bit lighter but less saturated. Okay. So you see how this is already coming along like nicely. This one, you know, duplicate. I feel like there's not enough red. I know what's the problem. This one has to be in multiply. There we go. Okay, so let's go on the stars, and what I want to do is I want to add the stars so that they are in an add layer or light overlay. I don't want them to be, I want them to have the same variation as, there we go, maybe this an overlay, and increase the brightness. Okay, now the hair. So the hair, here, maybe a spot here, feather it out. Let's make it redder, like so. Then here, over here, the tops of the hair, I want to make it lighter. Like so. Okay. Now maybe like so, maybe another one. No, this one I don't like it. I'm gonna feather it out just a tiny bit. I'm gonna make it redder. Okay, so it's more interesting. And here the same thing, we go and we create this part. Like so. Already it's coming along quite nicely. Now we lack this part. Let's do feather it out. Maybe make it a bit darker in places. Less saturated. Okay, just to give that variation. Excuse me. And here in the zipper, let's make one part maybe darker. Like so. Okay. And now, also the hairband. Brighter and darker. Okay, and here maybe this part a bit lighter and less saturated. And the horns. Of course, we didn't do the horns. So we need to fix. Let's take the colors and fix the hairband that goes here behind the ear. Oh my gosh, Juan, you're fine. She's screaming so hard. Okay, so now to separate the horns from the rest, can do this. Okay, now the hairband itself. Choose some of those colors, feather it out, make it brighter. Like so, maybe, or even go darker. Now this is gonna blend it in together with the hair. Okay, and here I'm just thinking that the light is coming from the top. We're gonna make it lighter, more saturated, like so maybe, or on the contrary. Let's make them contrast here. We're not playing here into realism. Okay, and okay, now we can start adding shadows. So now I can get back. Actually, we don't need it. What I want to do is I want to create let's see, if we select this one and we invert it, we can start adding the shadows. So the shadows, we need to use the same color. Let's see, what if we add this color as a shadow? Okay. So here we have the shadow here, shadow here, shadow from the stick, okay, shadow here, like so. Some shadow under the hair. Then, of course, it's going to be so intense. Don't worry. So, a bit here. I don't even know how much time has passed since we've been drawing, but it's okay. Bit of shadow on the fingers. Okay. Some shadow here. Like so. I'm gonna erase this shadow area from the leg here. Here I'm gonna add more shadow like so. Okay, here we have some shadow on the fingers. Like so. So I try not to get carried away, to be honest. Bit of shadow around the eyes. Bit of shadow under the nose. Bit of shadow in the mouth. Okay. Bit of shadow on the hair. Okay, and now let's do one thing. I want to play with the saturation levels. Like so, maybe. Okay, and now let's add the highlights and add. Okay. Let's choose this eye. Like so. Let's add the highlight here. Let's add some highlights on the mask. Some on those eyebrows. Some on the hair. Okay. Maybe a bit on the legs here, on the arms. So we have the thing coming in, and let's see, maybe we can. In normal it seems okay also, but no, I want it in normal. It's green. No. In add. Okay, and now what I want to do is just fix everything manually where I had the things. I'm going to take away the sketch. And here, what I want to do is I'm going to make a smaller brush. And separate the face from the neck. Okay. Then I'm gonna add those lines on the ears. Like so. I'm gonna add some of those flowy lines in the hair. Go under the hair layer. Like so. Okay. Here now I'm gonna go back to the layer where I'm manually adjusting stuff. Make it smaller, darker, redder. Like so. What I want to do is I want to add sparkles to this thing. Like so. Fixing the areas here. Like so. Maybe not so dark. Here we will have a bit of those nostrils showing. Okay, here we will have a bit of that area where the thing is connected with the zipper. I was actually thinking first to do the zipper white, but then I was like, okay, let's leave it like this. Here I want to add these lines, the tips on the wings. Like so. Fixing the leg. Okay, and now I'm gonna add those little
Juan, ya está.
here. No ven pa' aquí tú. Oh my gosh, that bird. Okay, she has these wings, and then there are these little threads that are actually tied around her arms. like so. Okay, and there's another one here, and another one here, where it's actually like tied around her arm, like so. Okay, so I'm gonna take this away. And what I want to do is I want to take the paper texture, put it here, select, clear, okay, and here, let's see, maybe in linear burn we give it more texture. Okay. We'll do the highlights as well. Into the clipping mask. Actually, no, let's not do the clipping mask. We'll do the highlights in color dodge. I think I have yeah, I know what's wrong. I didn't make the texture larger enough. Uniform transform, I was doing it like this. Okay. Color dodge. Okay, so we give it a bit of texture. And what else I want to do, insert a file. Do I have it here? No. Where did I have it? Now insert a file, I think in the files. Fine, let's do one thing. Where is my blush pencil? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to create another texture. And I want to make it in this dark color. Like so. Okay, and we do it, first of all, we select this and clear. Second of all, we go into, let's see, screen. I just want to add more texture to it. Color dodge, maybe not, and maybe enlighten. No. And screen. What if we play with the brightness of it? What if we make it black? Just going around through different options. Doesn't make any difference like this, but if we make it bright, it does. I don't know if we need it. What if we clear the layer and we only do it with the brush in multiply mode, but only in shadow areas, just to add a bit of that feeling of shadow. Okay, and we do select, clear. Okay, and we have now in multiply, we have a bit of texture. And what I want to do is I want to do the paper not as obvious. Okay, and I think in the light here we can remove a bit. This texture in the light because I don't want it in the face, just in the wings and stuff. Okay, and yeah, I think we're done. I'm just gonna insert photo. Is it a photo? Is it the photo? Where's my file? With the signature? No, it's not. Insert a file. Little, but it little here. Maybe on the wing. And maybe in multiply, darker, linear, burn, darker, maybe in overlay. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna save it in the file. Save image. Okay. And I think we are done. So thank you guys for staying with me here and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just thinking the only thing, what if I'm gonna import the image. My iPad. Where did it save the image? My iCloud. There they were, the texture, the pencil texture. There was what I was looking for. What if I select this, I duplicate it? What if I take all of these layers now and I'm going to flatten. I'm gonna make it just a tiny bit lighter. I like it more this way. And this I think I like it more this way, like a bit lighter. Yeah, I definitely like it more this way. Not with gamma, I'm not touching it. No, this one is the perfect one. Okay. Okay guys, so that's it. We're done, and I think this one looks better than the other one. I don't know which one, maybe. Yeah, this one, the later one, looks better. So, yep. We're done, and I will see you guys tomorrow in another sketch. Bye!